Hi there, this is Jen, and thank you for joining me today. Today I'm participating in Kendra's Card Challenge 8 video hop and giveaway. And I want to say huge giveaway because it is a really awesome giveaway. And we are sharing projects today. Those along the hop are sharing projects created using one of the 17 card sketches from the quarterly card making challenge. So if you're not familiar, Kendra has these quarterly card making challenges. She also has a Facebook group where you can post your projects. But basically, she has sketches, and then she has the files, and it tells you exactly what sizes of cuts you need to make, and then those are all put into cards. And so for this quarter, it is going to be 6 pieces of 6x6 paper, I believe, and you'll be able to get 17 cards out of those 6x6 papers. She will have all of the information about how to make the cuts, and she's very detailed in kind of guiding you through how this is done, especially if this is your first time. And so I would go ahead and leave the link below for Kendra's channel so that you can check out those instructions. But for me today, I am going to be doing actually 2 sketches because they're very similar sketches. So I'm going to be doing sketches 13 and 14. If you're interested in participating in the giveaway, go ahead and leave a comment below. And also when you leave a comment, please go ahead and leave where you're commenting from, the country you're commenting from. And in the description box below of my video, I will have the next person along the hop. We would love it if you would stop by all of our channels and see all of the different sketches to give you some inspiration and ideas for your own cards. And the papers that you're seeing on the video are the papers that you can print out for the card challenge. I have mine in black and white only because my printer color isn't working right now, but it is better to use a color printer because they are color coded and it's a lot easier to follow along. The paper I'm using today is a 6x6 Christmas plaids from Michaels, and then this old My Mind's Eye Joyful paper pad that is 6x6. And these are the 6 papers that I have chosen for my cards today. And again, I'm just doing 2 cards, so those are sketches 13 and 14. And you want to make sure you're using double-sided 6x6 papers. It just gives you a little more options than a single-sided 6x6 paper. And so I have made all of my cuts, and what I do when I make my cuts is I separate them into baggies. So you're going to have A, B, C, D, E, and F are your different cuts, and so you want to make sure you keep those separated. And so I have done that. I have put them in these little plastic baggies, and then from the baggies they're going to go on to the actual card layouts. And so I've taken each of the card layouts and grabbed my papers from each of those baggies and then put them in their own little pockets in the number of the card sketches. And Kendra will go over this in her video in very detailed instructions on how to do this. So here are my 2 cut files, I'm going to call them, and that's E and F. And so that is where I have made my cuts. And I've already got my card base and panels cut already. So I'm doing a red on tan, and then a tan on red just to match up with my paper. And so I'm going to go ahead and start with the sketch number 13. And I have popped that up on the screen. However, when I was doing this, I decided that I wanted to use the reverse side of the paper. So what I'm actually doing is I'm going to flip the paper over. It's going to be the opposite of the card sketch. And you can do that. It's just going to be reversed from the card sketch on the screen. So you can kind of make it your own a little bit like that. I want to say that when I cut these papers, I wasn't really paying attention to which side of the pattern that I wanted to use. And so that's pretty much the reason why I flipped it, is because I liked this pattern better than the other. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're making your cuts, that you're cutting the side of the paper that you want to be facing up and showing. And so to make it a little bit easier on myself, I went ahead and I cut a white piece of cardstock to 5 by 3 1/4, and I adhered all of my pieces of pattern paper onto that. And then you just saw me cut out that piece of ephemera. The mittens were attached and I didn't want them attached, and so I just went ahead and cut them apart and then trimmed off a little bit of that white space around it. That ephemera is from Michael's as well. And then I have just assembled the card, and I have placed the kind of circle into that left-hand corner. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my different pieces. And to finish this card off, I added a sentiment, and then I added a little bit of raffia on the bottom of the card, as well as some enamel dots. And that's going to go ahead and finish off sketch number 13. Sketch number 14 is very similar, so I don't show the entire assembly process. I'm just pretty much showing you the sketch. And so I followed sketch number 14 along to the T, basically. And so I have the 2 mats and then the sketch. I really love how the sketch turned out, and I love these pattern papers. And the great thing about these sketches is you can add whatever stamps or sentiments or ephemera pieces that you want on top of the sketch. And so for this one, I've added a really cute doggy sticker. This is actually from Hobby Lobby. It's fairly old. And then there's a bone sticker in there as well, which I have attached onto a piece of twined bow. And the sentiment is just says Happy Holidays, and that's a Tim Holt sticker. And then I'm going to add a little heart in the middle of that bone. And that's going to finish off my 2 cards today. This is a super fun challenge to participate in. You can be entered into a drawing at the end of each challenge, each quarterly challenge, if you add your projects over on the Facebook group. But that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did like this video or find it informative, please go ahead and give a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment below and follow along for your chance to win some amazing prizes. That is it. Thanks so much, and I hope to catch you next time.